The trade deadline is November 2nd in the NFL. Do you think you have anything working at this point?
Not at this point. Anything that's on the front burner. I mean, obviously, we're always looking for ways to be better if we can. But, right now I wouldn't say there's anything that's imminent or on the front burner.
Would you like something
Appreciate you, Laura Smith,
on the front burner?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it's always nice if there's an opportunity out there, of course, but that makes us better and would be a good fit for us. But at the same time, we've got a lot of confidence in this roster. We've got guys, on injured reserve that are designated to return that are only going to improve our football team. We got three techniques over there, and Tristan Hill and Neville Gallimore. Normally would have been slated to be our, 1 and 1A or vice versa. But obviously, Osa stepped up in a big way for us there. So that's just great depth. And then we got DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be joining us later in the year. And most people thought he was our best defensive football player before his injury. And guys like Gallup and guys like that coming off are only going to make this team better, not to mention a few high draft picks over there and Ball and Kelvin Joseph. So it's we've got some guys who hadn't hit the field yet that'll or have been a while since they've been on the field that are only going to improve this football team.
I forgot all about Ball. I forgot all about the Ball brother that's on his team. He had a snafu with the injuries, and then I forgot all about Kelvin Joseph too. We can't wait to see him back. So what I'm doing now is we heard the first interview from the father. Now we're hearing the interview from the son. And will there be a Holy Ghost? I don't know. But the father and the son are on the same page as relates to what they're going to do with this particular team. And it's nothing to do with trading. They are all looking at this thing saying, okay, we're 5-1. And we are 5-1 with what most people thought our best defensive player watching. D-Law was watching, right? And some of the reassurance of help was watching. Ball watching. They had to bring in Titan Sucky. If it wasn't for that, maybe it would have been Ball, right? But shout out to Titan Sucky. He held it up. Oh, excuse me, Kelvin Joseph watching. There are some other guys that they lamented too. So they looking at this thing. The optimism is high, right? From a chemical engineering background. The chemistry is there. And he's looking at it like, hey, we okay. There's no need to trade right now. Give up resources. That's how they are looking at this thing, Cowboy Nation. And now we can just probably put the puzzle together and just say, all right, cool. Cowboys not going to do anything. They like their guys.
Stephen, I know you're pretty much working probably 24/7, but how much non-Cowboy football do you enjoy?
Emmanuel said Dak is the Holy Ghost.
Are you, sitting back with a, thing of popcorn and a nice cold drink to watch a game on Thursday night, or do you always watch it through your Cowboy working eyes?
Dak is in his own.
No, I do enjoy a good college football games. Usually when you are watching pro football, you do have your Cowboy working eyes in mind, but I really enjoy watching college football. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make my way over to the SMU game tonight and watch the Mustangs play. And but you can't help a little bit there too when some great players stick out and saying, "Hey, that guy might look good in the Cowboys uniform in the near future." So that can happen to you too. Obviously, I enjoy going to watch the Razorbacks where my son plays on the team there. So, those are kind of my hobbies in terms of what I like to do when you're not necessarily, at a Cowboys practice or working on Cowboy things or going to a Cowboys game.
I certainly don't wish to go too far in the future talking about this football season.
Right.
But once it's over, your free agent to be list, I don't think we have time for all of it.
No, I'm giving it to him.
Randy Gregory, Leighton Vander Esch, Connor Williams, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown, Keanu Neal, DeMonte Kazee. Holy cow, do you have a lot of work to do.
Woo! No, see, Norm ain't gonna hold nothing back. He gonna throw those fly balls at you on over there. And I'm not saying that the other station don't. I'm not putting these stations against each other. But Norm, he's known for throwing these little curveball. What are we gonna do? Somebody ain't gonna make it. Somebody is not going to make it. Don't y'all know that? Let's listen back. Let's listen back.
Randy Gregory, Leighton Vander Esch, Connor Williams, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, Cedric Wilson, Noah Brown, Keanu Neal, DeMonte Kazee. Holy cow, do you have a lot of work
Appreciate
to
you,
do.
Coach Marv.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And, of course, a lot of those guys are who are playing their way into
Right.
legitimate situations for themselves as well as, situations for us. And it was, important this year, especially after we, invested so much money in Dak that we got to get this right. And in terms of who's going to be on this team in the future. And, there was a big part of us, although we had, great feelings about the players you just mentioned, or they wouldn't be on our team right now. Certainly a lot of them, have certainly met, if not exceeded, those expectations.
You threw a lot.
He threw a lot of it out there. So out of that list, Cowboy Nation, who do y'all think we gonna keep though? Randy 420 Gregory, John Sullivan. Sheesh. Randy, you got to keep him. And I'm always looking at defensive edge guys. They are hard to come by, right? Who's keeping Connor Williams? Who's keeping Michael Gallup? Man, Gallup got injured in the wrong time, right? Oh my goodness, man. So what we gonna do? Are we gonna re-up Keanu Neal? Dalton, you got to figure out a way. Lance Bell with the plan. Appreciate you, Lance. Let's see. Randy, Neal, and Dalton. Randy, Curse, and Hooker. All right, so let's sort this out right quick. Let's sort this out. Let's do this the best way possible. Randy, Neal, and Dalton from Lance Bell. I can look at it like this, Lance. Neal is a bridge guy. Let me know if I'm wrong. Neal is a bridge guy to Jabril Cox. Hooker may be a situation that he got these games to showcase his worthiness. Because when I pull up Hooker's information, they still got him on the snap count. And the best thing that can happen to Hooker could be the blessing in disguise when KZ got to drinking. Because now it could be a situation that Hooker get his snaps. Hooker get his place in the lineup, right? He just got to be ready for the opportunity. I tell people all the time, and I know it sounds like a broken record because I repeat myself with this, but it's better to have an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. So prepare yourself, right? So the opportunity is there. Take it, Hooker. So prepare yourself. So I would look at that Randy. He's a solid. Dalton Schultz, you got to know that you got a good formula, right? Schultz and Jarwin, that's a good recipe. Jarwin is not going anywhere because of his contract. Now, you got Randy, Curse, and Hooker from Cowboys 2022. I'm figuring out a way. To sell to Curse. We need you, dog. Because I don't think that he's a bridge guy. I think that he is the guy for sure. Cash App S $TD Tom. Appreciate you, Tom. Appreciate you. Y'all help out Tom too with the Cash App. Appreciate your work. This is from Low Content Law double XL on Lamb jersey. God bless, brother. Okay, if you win it, then we definitely gonna make sure that you get tightened up with the double XL. All right, let's see. We definitely keeping Gallup. Cox got to play. This is from Swift Speed. You're right. You're 1,000% right. I like that, Law. Hooker is okay. Okay. So Gregory. It's from Canteen Sports Show. Gregory, Schultz, and Gallup. You got to put Curse up there, though. You got to put Curse up there. Pinche Cowboys, appreciate you. You got to put Curse up there. So I would like this list, but you got to put Curse up there. Let's listen to more of John Stephen Jones.
A lot of resources, Stephen, into this defense this season during the draft, especially. Are you even surprised that the defense, as far as getting turnovers and all that, are kind of exceeding the expectations of what we thought they would need to improve? You thought you'd take steps, of course, but they're playing pretty well right now.
Well, I think I was on the record as saying that, obviously we took a big step back last year. But the year before that, we played, solid defense and, really felt as quick as we got ourselves into a difficult situation on defense. We really thought with Mike hiring Dan Quinn and bringing him on board and him having a vision for what he could do with our players who were, were the year before considered Pro Bowl type players, really felt like we could take a quick step to get back in the thick of it. I must say, though, these turnovers
into the thick of it
are certainly, I don't think any team in the league would expect, the type of turnovers this defense is creating right now. And hopefully that'll continue. We all know that's, the first box you check on how you win a football game is win the turnover battle. Most of the time the team that wins the turnover battle is going to win the game. And certainly our defense is doing a great job of creating those turnovers.
Good stuff.
Success always attracts other teams in this league. And both Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn are already getting talked of as possible head coaches next year in the league. Does that concern you that you could lose one or potentially both your coordinators? Well,
you always want to keep guys that are helping you have success. But at the same time, we know that's part of this business. When Coach Parcells was here, we had Mike Zimmer and Sean Payton, and certainly those guys got their opportunities to go on and be successful coaches. But the good news with that, it usually means you're having success on the field. So certainly it happened back when we had our Super Bowl run with guys like Butch Davis and Dave Wanstead getting opportunities. Norv Turner getting opportunities, that comes with success. So a part of you hope you have that challenge, but at the same time, you hate to lose guys who are doing a great job for you. But hopefully if we're doing our job, we got guys on our staff who can step up if they happen to get the opportunity they really want as a head coach, then you certainly embrace that for them. And as I said, hopefully you've got some great coaches on this staff that are ready to be coordinators or have been coordinators.
Stephen Jones from the Cowboys Zone with Norman Donovan here for a few more minutes. Let's talk about your quarterback. We can't go an interview without talking about the guy that's been playing really well. And you hear all the debates about whether he's a top 5 quarterback and all that stuff.
He's elite.
But I just can't get over the leadership, the step he's taken up in the leadership. We talk about what he's done on the field, but those guys, it just looks like that they will run through a wall for him. And he has complete control not only of this offense, but what he says around this team just pretty much goes.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And, he showed that early and often in his career. That was the thing I think that came out the quickest is just what the it factor, the tremendous leadership, the desire to be the very best, just came out from the day he walked in the door. And certainly all he does is get better every day, not only as a player on the field, but as a leader off the field. And even since we've signed him to that big contract, which he so well deserved, I think he's exceeded expectations from the day we signed him. And there's no let up in this guy. And, that's why if there's anyone you wouldn't want to bet against that I know in my life, it's Dak Prescott.
Stephen, injured players almost always get their job back when they're ready and healthy to come back. Lael Collins got a 5-game suspension. He's now back. But in his absence, Terrence Steele is playing solid football. Does Collins get his job back at right tackle?
obviously, I think Mike addressed that at the beginning of the week. That's going to be something, that Coach Philbin and Coach McCarthy and Kellen Moore are going to be addressing. I mean, when you miss 5 weeks of, being able to compete out on the field, sometimes it takes time to get your legs back under you. They're going to be evaluating that in this bye week and next week. And certainly I know they'll make the best decision for this football team in terms of, what's best to help us win. Lael's a great football player. As you mentioned, Terrence Steele has really answered the bell. He took his experience that, when he got thrown in the fire last year, built on that in the offseason, really improving his strength, really seeing where he could improve as a tackle in this football league. And I think he checked all the boxes in terms of that. So, it's a great situation to have. I didn't mention Lael when I was mentioning the great football players we're going to have that they're going to come back that we hadn't had access to. And certainly he fits in that category as well. And, I think Jerry mentioned it earlier in the week as well. I just don't remember a football team with this kind of depth in terms of having players that can step up. We lost Zach Martin to the virus for a week, and Connor McGovern stepped in and just did a tremendous job. Obviously, Ced Wilson's done a great job. He and Noah stepping up for Michael Gallup. And then, of course, that defensive line group in there has just done an amazing job stepping up for, Neville Gallimore and Tristan Hill and D. Law. So, we just have some great depth back there. The safeties have stepped up for Wilson, who we got back, and he's going to be working his way back in. So just feel really good about, where we are with this football team. But obviously it's a young team that's going to have to continue to get better if we want to accomplish the goals that we have, in our locker room.
Man, he was going off, man. He's rapping on that one. So what did y'all took away from that Stephen Jones interview on Lael Collins? He spoke glowingly. Appreciate you, Choctaw. Appreciate you, Randy, for the donation to help elevate the nation. He spoke glowingly of Terrence Steele. He said he did a wonderful job of stepping up and being in the mix and being able to help this team out. And also he spoke glowingly of Zach Martin. He was out for the first game, and all he did was just lit the league up as it relates to that. So what did you guys take away from just your perspective of what he said? Because he only said that. Now, there's two reviews that I hear. One being, I thought it was Jones that said, I think Jerry said that Collins stayed in shape. He looked like he's in shape. Now, John Stephen Jones just said that, hey, we're going to have to get him into his playing legs together, and he's going to have to, slowly move in. Now, you can rotate all day defensive players, but you dog for sure don't rotate offensive linemen.